Hello everybody, my name's Arthur Smartless and I'm doing this little general tips and Q&A for first time cruisers. I did a cruise last year with the family in November of last year on Royal Caribbean's Voyage of the Seas on a 10-night South Pacific cruise. We stopped at Port Vila, Mystery Island, Isle of Pines and Namibia, leaving from Sydney. Now, I live in Adelaide and we flew on the day to Sydney to board the ship. So I'm just going to go through a little bit of general how things run, because I found when looking online, looking for videos about who and how it all works, I find a lot of people just show, this is what the ship is, this is what the ship does, these are all the cool activities and stuff like that, but nothing really about like the whole process. I found a couple bloggers who did like film the process of like how they went on board, but they didn't really explain it too much. But I'm just doing this just to show you how it all works from my perspective, because I was that type of person that not needed to know, but I would like to know what's happening, so I'm not getting any nasty surprises, because sometimes that can often ruin your trip, and that's not a good thing. Now, I'll just start off with how you do all of this. So basically, we've been planning this for over a year and a half, and by the time we came to fruition and everything. So basically, before you go, you got to log in onto their website and enter in all your details. If you don't do that yourself, or you organise them through a travel agent, they'll quite often do that all for you. That's where you'll find out your room number, who's assigned to your room. You choose how you're going to pay for everything on board, whether it's cash, credit card, or a debit card. And everything on board is in US dollars, and the power is US power outlets. So first things first, I'm just going to buy my computer again, little notes for myself, just to remember, because sometimes I forget things, and I'll be jumping all over the place. I'm trying to have a little bit of structure here. So first things first, have your SeaPass account printed out beforehand, and along with all the luggage tags as well, because they get put onto your luggage before you go. And make sure you have all your details all ready to go, like your passport and your insurance details, any printouts that you want to have. Make copies of them, give them to your friends so they know where you're going and your travel details, etc, etc. Your guest booklet kind of looks like this. I'll just show you. Like that, and it has all your details in there about your trip, any information regarding services on board and stuff like that. I just like to say, first things first, make sure your passport is up to date and you have no problems with it, so you can travel within 6 months of sail-away date. Because Royal Caribbean might take your passport, but because it's travelling from leaving from an Australian port and coming back to an Australian port, they don't take it, they just scan it to make sure that that's you who's on there. But you can give it to guest services for safekeeping. They put it into their vault, or you can put it in your little safing within your cabin, which we did and had no problems. Make sure you carry some other ID on board, like a driver license and stuff like that. That's always handy to have if you can go on and off of inshore. Now make sure that your luggage is correct weight if you're flying to Sydney or you're flying to your port, because quite often some people will just pack and don't realise how much they've overpacked, and then you get slugged by the airline. We travelled on the day, and generally the airlines, if you book it through a travel agent, and the travel agent will let the airline know that you are travelling to a cruise ship, so they will give you that little allowance extra. I think generally it's 19 or 20 kilos, but if you're travelling to a cruise ship, it's 23 kilos. We flew with Virgin, and we're quite happy with their service. And have a day bag ready as well. The cruise ship quite often recommends that you do that, like a change of clothes or some bathers and any medicine that you might have, and electronic gear, cameras, etc., etc. Make sure you have your transfer system all in place. So if you're travelling by car or if you're getting picked up by a minibus, quite often they'll ring the day beforehand and make sure that you're ready, and they'll give you time to pick you up. Once you get to the airport, obviously you sign, you get in, get on board, you fly to your destination, you get off. Once you get off and you collect your luggage, that's a good time to put your luggage tags that the Royal Caribbean gives you. We laminated them beforehand, and we brought a small little stapler and just staple them to them. And once you get to the port from your transfer, straight away there's people there to take your luggage, so just give them all your luggage that you don't, well, except for your day bag, just give them all of that. They'll ask you, have you got any power boards or wine bottles? Now you are allowed to bring 2 bottles of wine on board. Power packs, that's what I'm talking, like, you know, multi-port power packs there. They don't like those because of simply the fact that it can cause fires, and it has happened in the past, so they're very strict on that. There are ways around it, and if you know someone who's a sparky, you can make up like an extension cord with a junction box on it, with multiple leads out of it. That's one little tip I've seen online. And make sure you have a universal adapter with you, and make sure you have a good one, and one that isn't bulky. If you have a small adapter, that's great, because what happens when you get inside your room, you will see that their power points are turned upside down to prevent people from using like USB power port adapters, because that's what we did. We thought, oh, you better we buy this USB power adapter which was on the top of the adapter, and when we went to go use it, we couldn't because it was turned upside down and it couldn't fit into the actual power point. So take note on that. Now, once you get to the terminal and you drop off your luggage, you're not allowed to take any extra alcohol on board, like spirits and stuff like that, so just take that into consideration. Yes, it's wine, and wine you only allow 2 bottles, as I said before, but those for your consumption within your own room from memory. I could be wrong, so if I'm wrong, let me know. You'll have to obviously line up to get in, and when you first get in, when you first go to the port, make sure you have all your details out, so your passport, your SeaPass account, and any details. You know, if you go on priority check-in, that gives you a little bit of leeway, like you can get faster on board if you're willing to pay for that. Make sure you have that all ready and handy. Someone at the port will take that, or not take that, but actually look at it and say, yep, you're here for this ship, and then you get pushed on. You line up, and as you line up, yes, it's a long time to wait. Some people do wait for a very long time, and it can be a bit chaotic, and I understand if you've got kids travelling with you, it's going to be a little bit hard with your kids to actually keep them entertained. Once you get through, you get taken up to the next floor, which will have all the guest registration services, and there's about, from memory, I think there were about 30 or 40 different stations. Now, you know, you get called to go into a station, provide them all your details, so from there, that's where they issue your SeaPass account, and your SeaPass card and your room cards and everything to do it. Now, I'll just give you a little look. Upside down, sorry. That's your SeaPass that you get. Now, this SeaPass has all your details on there, like your portfolio number, your account number, mind time dining, your dining options, your muster area, and the sail whale date and stuff like that. This is also your credit card on board, and it has all your details on there. And if you notice, I'll explain a little bit later, if you can notice, mine has a little S punched through it. That's to know that you've signed your waivers for ice skating. I'll get to that a little bit later. So once your app gets registered, you hand them over your credit card or explain to them how you're going to pay your bill at the end of the cruise. There's 3 ways. You can do it by cash, a debit card, or a credit card. We chose a credit card simply the fact that it was just easier to nominate an account, make sure that account has enough funds in it so when they do charge it, and funds for conversion. And at the time when we travelled in November of last year, the Aussie dollar was around about 75 US cents, so we added an extra 30% on top of our a lot of money for spending on board. And once you have given all that details, I'll take a photo of you, and that photo is linked to your SeaPass account, and that is used to ID when you go on and off on board the ship. Like I said, this gives you access to your cabin as well, or to your room. Then you get pushed on to immigration, so you fill out all your immigration forms, and you'll be given colour-coded cards for groups to be called in. Once you've filled out your immigration, you get called into immigrations and customs, and you have your passport ready, go through the motions of that. Once you've cleared immigrations, you are now you are handed over to the cruise line. Now the cruise line takes control of you from here on out. So up to that point, it's the port authorities who run the show. After that point, after you clear immigrations, it's the cruise line. Now the cruise line will do a final check, security check for you. So all your luggage will get scanned that you have on board. When you hand over your luggage, to sidetrack a little bit here, when you hand over your luggage initially, they will take it and they will scan it first and then put it on board the ship. So bear that in mind. Embarkation occurs on deck 4, starboard side. That's where you do your first scanning, and your first scanning shows, will have a picture of you and they will confirm your identity, and then you're free to go on board, and you'll have people there wanting to take your photo. We didn't opt for it. I'll give you a little bit of pricing about photos afterwards. Depending on what time you get on board and how you quickly go through registration and stuff like that. Generally your room's not ready until after 1 PM because bear in mind they have to disembark, nearly 3,500 people beforehand and get those rooms ready before another 3,500 people get put back on board. So generally it's after 1 o'clock. So on the day we caught an 8 o'clock flight. We landed in Sydney about 10:30. By the time we got to the port it was about 12. By the time we cleared immigration and registration and all that type of stuff on board, we're around about 1:30. We headed straight away to our cabin and dropped off our day bags. Now people ask about your luggage. I'll get to that in a moment. But generally I would recommend that depending on what time, if you get on board after 1 o'clock, go to your room, drop it off, and then go exploring your ship. If you're travelling with a group, say to them beforehand, look, we'll meet you, say, on the pool deck, alright? And you all meet at the pool deck and then you go exploring all together. It will take a couple of days for you to know where things are, but you'll get it. You'll get the hang of it. And once you meet up with your group, I suggest you get something to eat and a drink. Just to sit back and relax, because I know it might be a bit of a hectic, 3 or 4 hours beforehand. So sit back and relax a little bit, take it all in. You're on board, you're on holiday, and you're about to sail away to the South Pacific. So we went to Windjammers and we had something to eat and something to drink as well. Windjammers is located on deck 11, aft of the ship. So that's at the back of the ship, for people who don't know. Then what happens is there's a muster drill before the ship actually leaves port. And on your SeaPass will have your muster area. Now your muster area, I'll just show you it again, is those numbers and letters there. So A04 When it occurs, there'll be staff there to tell you where to go. Fortunate for us, we were in the Star Lounge. It was all nice and air conditioned. There they showed us how to put on the life vest. You don't have to take it if you don't want to. They don't require that anymore. And then you settle in for the day, go for your first meal at night time, or watch the ship sail away out of Sydney Harbour. Beautiful sight. We had a great time watching that. And if you're travelling with a group, often suggest places where if you do get separated, where to meet. So we chose Schooner Bar and the pool area if we got separated, or someone wanted to do something else, we'll meet you there. Now, I'll give you a rundown about food and drinks. Now, complimentary food is in the main dining room, the Sapphire dining room, Windjammers Cafe, Deck 11, and Cafe Promenade, which is on Deck 5, the Royal Promenade area, and you get room service as well. In that, you get all your meals with the main dining room and Windjammers Cafe. Cafe Promenade has like snacks and desserts and stuff like that. Now, drink wise, you get water, house coffee, which is fairly average. It's not the best, but it's okay. Flavoured water, so it's like lemon flavoured water, iced tea, some orange juices, some apple juices, and depending where you dine. For instance, in the main dining room, you get complimentary water and bread, etc., etc. We chose, with the Sapphire dining room, we chose My Time Dining, so that's a specific time and a specific area. So we have the same table, same waiter at the same time. So we chose 5:45, we're on Deck 5, and we had the most amazing waiter ever. He accommodated to all your needs. I had some great meals in there, and I do recommend people eat there for dinner. It's the best. It's really good. You can go to Windjammers, which is the buffet style, where you pick and choose what you want. A lot of people do complain that it is a bit repetitive, but I didn't find that myself. So it's good there for lunch. I found it great for lunch. I didn't find it too good for dinner. Didn't enjoy it at all. Cafe Promenade, if you just want a quick snack, like a little bread roll with some stuffing in it, like it was like sandwiches and stuff like that, or some desserts. Great, really good. There are specialised restaurants on board, and they are Chops Grill, Zoomies, Giovanni's and Johnny Rockets. Chops Grill, give you a little rundown on that. Chops Grill we had the best meal ever there. I highly recommend anyone to go and watch it. It's a cover charge of $25, but on the day we paid $37 US, including a cocktail. Now, that's $37 US, right? Which we converted to around about 45 Australian dollars for a 3-course meal. You started off, I chose bay scallops, so you got a plate full of bay scallops, and then I had a steak. That's what Chops Grills is known for, it's steaks. I had a 12-ounce New York strip, which had, on the day, they were offering free lobster tails. So depending on what day and what time you go, you might be able to get some freebies, which we did, which we were really fortunate. So hopefully I might be able to edit in this video pictures of the food that we got. And then you got a dessert at the end, which was a chocolate pudding, which I chose. Like I said, I have to say it was the best meal ever. Our group was stuffed. We couldn't eat for the rest of the day. That's how delicious it was. Zoomies is a la carte pricing, so it's their Japanese restaurant on board. We found it okay. The food was really good. The service was a bit average. I think we paid $57 US all up for 2 people, including cocktails. And we had stone grill for mains, and I had carpaccio and sashimi, tuna for starters as well. Giovanni table, we didn't get to do it because we left it too late to book it. By the time we decided to go, it was towards the end of the cruise and everybody wanted to go. and it was $25 for lunch, and that was including a 3-course meal, and $35 for a 5-course dinner. So you make your choice there. From what I heard, it's actually really good, nice Italian food if you want to do that style. So that's what Giovanni Table is. It's an Italian style restaurant. Now the drinks. I have to say about the drinks. Now there's a lot of debate online about, do you go drink packages, do you pay as you go? We found we paid as we go because we didn't see the need to have a drinks package, but other people did. So I'll just give you a bit of a rundown what you pay for. Okay, what you pay for your alcohol, your soft drinks, and your special coffee. Now alcohol was priced from $5 for a Corona beer, $7.50 for the cocktail of the day, and up to $14 for ordinary cocktails. Spirits range from about $6 to $15, depending. Most of them are around about $8 a shot, up to about, I think it was $150 for this real expensive cognac, but I don't think anyone really had that. Cans of soft drinks were about $3 US, right? The most common drink package that people were getting, there were two. There was a $20 per person per day. Now I re-emphasize that. That's $20 per person per day. So that's $200 US for the whole trip. Now you weigh up the cost. Are you going to drink over $200 worth of soft drink in that 10 days? If you are, go ahead. That's fine. We didn't. We just paid as we go. So if we had it with our dinner, we had a can of Coke with our dinner, or breakfast, etc., etc. Now the drinks packages with the liquor, it started at $50 per day per person, and if you're on the 10-day cruise, that's $500. Now they have the premium and the unlimited. Now the unlimited gets you anything you want. The premium, which everyone pretty much chose on board, and that gave you, just run through here, some of the alcohol that you do get, like the spirit-wise. You get vodka, you get rum, scotches, whiskies, like Jameson, Johnny Walker, Jack Daniels, Jim Beam, you name it, they have it. The beer, you get Amstel Light, Budweiser, Bud Light, Coolers, Guinness, Coronas, Heinekens, Miller, Stella, you name it, they've got it, they have it. With wine, you do get up to $8 per glass, and then you pay to the bottle. We chose against it. The reason why we chose against the drink packages, because if we worked out even just the premium one, which included the soft drinks as well, so the select one is the soft package and soft drink package, the premium is the beer and soft drinks, and the unlimited is all of it. Now, the reason why we didn't choose it was because we worked it out to be about $75 per person per day, and when we thought about it, that's roughly a carton of beer a day. Now, if you're willing to drink a carton of beer a day, go ahead, that's fine. And believe me, there were people who were drinking that. No, that's no problem. It's not holding any opinion against them. I'm just saying that me personally, I couldn't do that. And the cocktails and the spirits, they do serve it rather strong. Just a shot of Jameson was half a glass. So you're getting your money's worth. Trust me, you are getting your money's worth. I find that we were paying as we go, and it was enjoyable. We would one person would often shout a round of drinks, and it'll probably cost them about $35, which was great. And especially a cocktail of the day, which was $7.50, and one of those was fairly strong. So, yes, that's I found that best. So it's up to you, your choice. Now, when you do get a drinks package, you get like a sticker that gets put onto your sea pass, and the bar staff will know what package you have and what you can and can't have. Coffee. A lot of people ask me about coffee. The coffee was Starbucks, and for a regular coffee it was $3.75 US. By the time you did the conversion, it was around about $4.50 a cup, and that's pretty much how it is here in Australia anyway. So look, up to you. I chose to have coffee every couple of days, and that was fine by me. Okay, so I'll just finish off here for the moment, and this is part one of a bit of a Q&A, and look for the next one. Please feel free to leave a comment, and if you've got any other questions that I might have missed, please leave them below, and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. Thank you very much.